Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the pre-event press conference for round one of the 2019 ARX2 series alongside America's Rallycross from Mid-Ohio. Cole Keatts back for another season of Rallycross. Looking forward to this?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is my fourth year in Rallycross. Made a team switch, but I'm really excited for this year. I know I have some good teammates out there, and like I said, it's always fun to be in a rally car.
I know this season we've got a lot more rounds, of course. 9 rounds. You've got double headers everywhere except Kota. Does that change your approach to the championship?
Kind of. I mean, we still want to be every single round focusing point by point. We don't worry about the championship. We're just here to win every race and just see at the end of the year where we're at. But my goal right now is, I mean, I'm the most experienced out of my team right now, but I'm learning from these guys. They're really fast on pavement. I mean, we've got Indy 500 drivers. We've got Gray, who's coming on board with us as well. It's an impressive team, so I'm really excited to be working with these guys, and I know it's going to be a fun year.
Last year it was quite interesting seeing everybody learn the different qualifying format for ARX2. There was a lot of contact and people slowing each other down. Do you think, have you given these guys a few pointers as to how to get it done in qualifying?
I mean, I'll definitely help them, but we're also racing on track too. But it'll be a fun one, like I said, for sure. It's good to be back in the U.S., home country. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Thanks, Cole. Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Sage, Karam, this is something a little bit different for you. I know you haven't had a huge amount of seat time in the car, so tell us about your experience of ARX2 so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like you said, a different experience for sure. I've done 2 tests in the car, one last year in last April, and then this April I did 1 day. So, you know, we had, you know, fun with it, and I was enjoying it, and just, you know, kind of did it at the time to test all the cars and make sure, you know, all 4 cars at the time were pretty equal. And then I left the test, and Dennis said, hey, maybe one day you should give this a try. And, you know, that was last year at this time. So, you know, and then this year we got something together with Wix, and you know, they've been a great supporter of mine in my Indy cars as well. So it's cool to have their colors out here, and yeah, I mean, it's a great team. You know, I've got 3 great teammates, and me and JR are the oldest, but with the least experience out of these 2. You know, how old are you? 18 and 14, right? Yeah, and they're gonna whoop our butts, so we'll see.
We'll look forward to seeing that. So you've got a few new things, haven't you, as you say? One of those being, of course, driving on the loose, and also our race durations are not quite Indy 500. So how are you feeling about the challenge?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a full-on sprint race. It's like a sprint weekend, to be honest with you, and you come back from the Indy 500 just doing that, and, you know, just surviving for 400 miles and then, you know, letting it rip for the last 100. So, you know, that month is so long, and now you go to something that's just so, like, snap of a finger fast. Definitely a difference. And also, you know, the biggest thing for me is just the dirt. I've never drove a car on purpose on dirt, you know, so that'll be something new. When we tested, it was just all pavement. So, you know, this will be my first taste of dirt tomorrow.
Got a little jump out there as well. You know, the intensity in Rallycross is right up there for the entire race. Are you looking forward to the buzz?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the jump, I saw it. It didn't, you know, talking to some of the guys, it doesn't seem like it's like too big of a jump. So it's a good beginner step. You know, it's like the bunny hill, and you know, we'll try and go over it as fast as we can. Hopefully it's flat, and then you know, work from there. I mean, I still don't. After this, we have to go do a team meeting because I think me and JR still don't understand like the actual total format of everything that's going on, like what you got to do in every round. They move up to this and that, and so we got to figure out exactly that. But I know in qualifying, you know, you're racing against the clock, but there are other cars out there. So I think, you know, the most important thing is to remember that. And you know, I know a lot of guys like to bang on each other's doors and stuff, but at the end of the day, you know, you're up against that clock, so it might be better just to like fall in and push each other to, you know, better laps.
Look, most of all, I hope you enjoy it, but very best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Great Leadbetter joining ARX2 this season. Fantastic to have you along. We've already mentioned you're 14 years old. We've had a reduction in the minimum age this year in ARX2, which is great, I think, because it's so important for you guys to get in the cars at a young age and get your head around this sport.
Mm-hmm. I mean, being 14 is not that big. I mean, I guess it is a big deal. It just doesn't seem like it because everything I've always seemed to be the youngest in. I mean, I'm excited that they lowered the age and that I'm able to race it, though.
Now, your background is a mixture, isn't it? Karting and dirt racing as well. So that's got to be ideal preparation, hasn't it, for Rallycross?
Yeah, I race UTVs, so the dirt, and I basically grew up on dirt with dirt bikes, so dirt shouldn't be that big of a deal. If anything, it would be the asphalt because I've done less than that, as in just go-karts, but I'm excited.
And what about these teammates here? You've got a couple of very experienced guys on either side of you here. Are you going to be whooping them, or are they? What are you thinking?
I mean, let's hope so. I think the dirt would be a big advantage for me, and maybe not Cole. I don't know about him, but I think with them not having been on dirt, I think I have a little bit of advantage on that part of it.
And what's your thoughts about a career in Rallycross? Is this something you feel you could pursue?
That's honestly the moment my goal was to get into Rallycross, and if I could make it a career, that'd be great.
Fantastic. Thank you. Best of luck. Welcome along.
Thank you.
J.R. Hildebrand, welcome along to you as well. Fantastic to have you coming here to experience Rallycross. We've already heard from your teammate about the challenges. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I think we're here to have some fun first and foremost, and I think we're all excited to get out here at the first event, and really cool to be doing this. I think especially for Sage and I to be doing this with Ryan Reinbold, who we obviously just finished off the month of May with. So. We're very familiar with the team. We're very familiar with being here at Mid-Ohio. Once we get out to the track, I think we're sort of familiar with some of the dirt sections, but usually we're, going 130 and trying to get back on the track really quickly. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna have to really focus to not just stay on the tarmac. But we're for sure it's going to be something I think that. I can speak for myself. There's going to be plenty to wrap my head around this weekend, I think. But I think everybody who's come here and done this in any sort of format has enjoyed it, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah, it's great fun, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys on the dirt. How much of a challenge is that for? I mean, you guys are professional drivers, but it is a completely different surface.
Yeah, I think you have these kind of experiences over the course of a career, going and getting in something new. And for me, I did Pikes Peak for the first time last year, which doesn't obviously is paved all the way at the top, but gave me a little insight into doing something that did have just a completely different format to how you approach the event, and how much that could affect. How you sort of mentally prepared for the different aspects of it. Obviously, going into the format this weekend, it's very short format. You have to be able to get up to speed, and you're probably still figuring the track out to some degree through some of the heats, and the track's changing drastically. And if we get some weather, that's a whole nother variable. So, I think for us that are used to circuit racing, where you kind of get in a rhythm and you get in a groove, and it's really precision oriented after a short period of time. You might have to take a bigger swing at it here as we move along to continue keeping up the pace. But just excited for the challenge and ready to see what it's all about.
Great career for you already in racing, but we quite like the idea of stealing some of you circuit guys across to Rallycross full time. Is it a move you think you could make, or are we going to have to wait until Sunday night to find out if that's the case?
Yeah, we'll see, I guess. But I think it's always there's so many more opportunities these days to be kind of crossing disciplines that didn't feel like they existed quite as much, maybe even just 5 or 10 years ago. So, I think for us, especially guys that are, a little bit more freelancers as pros, this is definitely a thing that I think stands out on the radar as something that looks like a lot of fun to do, and I think can kind of put you in a position to maybe continue chasing down. I mean, I was talking to Chris earlier today, and it's like, man, it'd be cool to go do some stage rallies, and so maybe there's the vehicle formula here is a lot different, but I think it might be a stepping stone to trying some other things as well.
Fantastic. I hope you all really enjoy it, but best of luck for the weekend, everyone. Thanks for your time, guys.
Cheers.